Our next speaker is Merve Çardak. I will not give away anything about her talk. Merve, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. I would like you to close your eyes for a second and imagine you are on your bike and riding through the wind with the sights and sounds of the city. If you have experienced that before, you know how it feels. Probably alone, definitely sweaty, or free and excited. Personally, I don't need to find 10 reasons to explain why was my passion for cycling. In one simple word, it makes me really happy. Okay. If I cycle hard enough, I feel the rush of excitement and the joy. I love cycling and being outside, and the freedom it gives. I also see cycling as a tool to build a culture of sustainable urban mobility. You might think I bike hours every day, but unfortunately not. There are a number of things holding me back from cycling in Istanbul. Bad road conditions, lack of bike lanes, crazy drivers, and the harassment I get because I'm a woman. These are my barriers and the reasons why I'm not on my bike more often, and why I don't feel safe cycling in Istanbul. One night after hours of biking, I came across a video that caught my attention. It was showing how you can make your skirt more bike-friendly. You need a coin and a rubber band. You place the coin at the back of your skirt and then wrap around with the rubber band. Then you have a pair of shorts. Then you are good to go. Probably it's not the biggest challenge you can face if you are cycling with a skirt, but it's one of the problems you can face. The idea, the hack was simple and smart. I tried to find who was behind it, and within 10 minutes, I was applying for Cycle Hack to organize and to host in Istanbul. So what was Cycle Hack? What does mean hacking bicycles? Cycle Hack began in Glasgow in 2014 to address issues in cycling and solve the problems. Then it became an international hackathon, bringing people across the world over the same weekend to prototype ideas and solve cycling barriers. Few days later, I managed to get a 4-people team around the idea: developers, cyclists, designers, and supporters. For 5 months, we worked hard, preparing for the event, long to-do lists, invitees, sponsors, and convincing people to participate, because our event was hard to explain. We were explaining people why they should come, what is a hackathon, what is a cycling hackathon, and what we'll be having there for 48 hours. With those 4 people, we organized the first cycling hackathon in Istanbul last June. 100 people participated over the weekend. We had lots of teams working on different ideas, hacking cycling culture, hacking their barriers they face in Istanbul. I'll tell you about some of the groups and their hacks. There was a team of designers and makers who loves cooking and cycling at the same time. They designed the pedal-powered stove, you can see on the picture, and they thought it will be great if you go camping all day and then with the power you put on the pedals, you can cook your own meal. It's not quite practical. It will take hours to cook your food, but it was their hack and their fantasy for camping and cycling. There was a group of women who were trying to figure out the best way to carry their bicycle in old buildings in Istanbul, since it turned out to be a common barrier for many of us. And it was the reason many women didn't buy bicycles, because they were living in places in the 5th or 6th floor without an elevator, and it was really hard to carry your bike on the steep stairs of old buildings. There was another group who knew the danger of drain covers on the roads, parallel to the road. I don't know if you are cycling, probably you have seen one of them all over Istanbul, and they are quite dangerous, especially not good for your collarbone. So this was their barrier to hack, and they designed the stencil to mark the drain covers to warn other cyclists on the road. Another group was designing an app for cyclists to use when there is a bike-related problem. By the end, we haven't solved all the barriers. We have lots of them. But what we did, we built a community around the idea, and we built a community who is ready to spread and improve the cycling culture in Istanbul. So it was last June. What are we doing now? We are preparing for the next year event. We already started planning, looking for sponsorships, and looking for people to join us, to volunteer with us, and people to support us during the hackathon. When I filled out the application form for Cycleg, I had one thing in my mind. I wanted to be able to cycle in Istanbul and feel safe at the same time. There are still many things to be done, but I think we are one step closer to that. I'm not an entrepreneur, but I think I know this, or I believe in this. It is all about starting up. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So it's all about starting up, and so many solutions perhaps will come, and we will see more bicycling in Istanbul and across Turkey.